Okay guys, we're going live. Yep, we're live. We're live. We're live in a minute as soon as I do a quick turnover. There we go, we're live. Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're all well. My name is Steve Francis, I'm a professional keyboard player and we've got a few tunes here for you. I've been doing quite a lot of stuff on TikTok and everything. I think that camera's on. Hi. And I don't know if you can see my ceiling. I've got lasers pointed on the ceiling. They're like little stars. The best one is that you can see, if you look on the top left-hand corner, that camera there is the one that's coming across the room. And that's how you can see me. So there you go. Okay, right, a bit late tonight. We are getting all up and running. Was enjoying the old space station going up, and whoa, wait a minute, that's a bit loud. Let's bring you down a touch. A little on the loud side. Just want it so I can just hear it nicely. It's not too loud. I'm actually in between 4 speakers here, big ones. They're all in each corner. And I'm hearing the sounds. Normally I have my headphones on. You'll probably recognise that. But we don't need them tonight, because no one's here. Oh, that's different, isn't it? It's hardly any sound then. So then you've got to turn it up again. Now we'll better have it to the level that I can hear, I think. Not too loud, but to a nice level. Not too bad. Yep. That is keen, that one. Okay. Okay, let's do something then. Hope you're enjoying the music. I'm just going to monitor myself on this phone here, so if anyone wants to come and say hi, say hi. This is a bit different to getting you. I've actually started doing quite a few in the week on TikTok on the one downstairs, and I've got about 11 gigs I've done on TikTok. So it quite likes me now, that one does. Yeah, it's getting well known. There's loads of people have been after me on that one. It's unbelievable. 7,500 people on TikTok I've got following. Right, let's do a little bit about Depeche Mode. off there with a bit of that one. See, nothing gets planned. And that's the good beauty of it. You see, it's live. I'm alive, I'm a human. Nothing's been planned, nothing's been spot on. Why do you want it to be spot on? We're human, we want to hear problems, we want to hear mistakes, we want to hear anticipation, we want to hear feelings, we want to hear, you know, all that lot. Not like a computer, it just is exactly the same. No, we don't. No, we don't. Right, what do we got here? This is Other Side of Love. I always fancied to have a bash of Other Side of Love. That's Yazoo. Okay. Let's have a look. Been a bit more modern. Let's have a look. Could be a little bit of what can we say? It could be a little bit of we'll bring him down again then. Take him down to that one. Press the enter. But I really could have gone up a little bit on something that's more. Let's try that one. That's a good one. Looking quite the one I had now, guys. I think the one I had now was a bit more modern-ish. It's kind of fun, like remembering the old keyboards back in the well, this is a 20-year-old keyboard. Back in them days, we didn't have a colour screen. I'm used to colour screens now. Nope, not that one. That's quite good. It's not quite what I'm looking for. Looking at something like probably Europe. Well, that didn't change at all. Well, it's another one. I think we want something like shuffle, probably. Well, actually, I could do a bit of this one first. it's not very good on that one. Very nice. Let's just do some recalibration. Right, we want this one at 3/4 on the volume, so always test it. When you put a keyboard through a mixer, you always put 3/4 volume on your keyboard, and that's where you want to leave it. You don't want to go any higher than that, I don't want to go any lower than that. And then you come to your mixer, and I can't show you with the camera, but all you do basically then is you bring it down to the level, which it is on the level. There's on the sliders, there's a little pre thing. Basically, it's a reset system where you just basically put it on there, and that's your standard volume there. Then you've got your little knob right at the top there, and what that does, that is called your trim. Trim and gain for the microphone. So what it is, it's pulling in, it's the signal that's pulling in here. What I've got the setting here is really low there, you see. But what we've got here is, I'm running through here. This is coming through, let me think how's this one doing. Right, this is going through the headphone socket here. And it's also going through the input microphone on this one. Through this, from this one. Now this is an easy way to set it up, because you can also do auto harmonies and everything with this one. So if you put a record on here, and put the actual auto harmony on, it gives you the it gives you that thing. So I'm just going to bring that trim up a bit. So that, you keep your slider exactly where it is, otherwise it's going to peak, and then just bring your mixing your microphone gain up to this side sound. A little light on top there, there's a little light on top, and that's the microphone gain. Harmonizer on. It's not too bad, it's still peaking a bit, so I want to pull it down a bit more. We've got that one going at the moment, so that don't help. But not hitting the yellow. If you have the rhythm going, then you can see if they're going to peak into the yellow. Just peeking into the yellow. As long as it peaks into the yellow, that's not too bad. A little yellow light comes on, which is the yellow light. And you can hear that there's clear beat, but it's not overpowering itself. When you put the rhythm on, that should overpower itself again. So now we know we've got a nice level. Now I can actually level myself onto this keyboard. Go straight onto this one. Level on that one. I think what I've got to do is I'm going to have to do another separate lead from this one in the mixer. So this one's got its own separate channel. And that one is because I'm actually, when I put the volume on this one, I'm pulling in the sound system from this one because this one's plugging into the microphone socket. So that's pulling in the sound. What I have to do is change that. Let me think, if I change, if I take that one out, that's going to put the speakers on, don't want to put the speakers on. Still keep it like that. And put another wire from the headphone socket into there. Yeah, that will work. I'll try that because I've got a spare link. Okay, that goes out of there. That one goes into the blue one. That comes out of here. This goes into that one. This one here can come into a new major wire, which would be that one. Pull them out there, push that into there. I think that's the headphone socket. So now we should have a nice level sound through all out. Let's just have a look. So nice, that's a nice sound. So blue is going into, where's blue? Blue is there. So now that's my keyboard at the top. So we're going to run that one there. That is going to be that level. A lovely sound, beautiful, lot clearer. So now that's not matched with that one, I can also do a full layer on it if I've got one here. This one's always been quiet, and it will be even quieter at the moment because I've not plugged it in, but I'm hoping that this will now have its own powerful channel to help the sound quality of what this is a professional keyboard on the bottom. And it hasn't got a speaker on it, so I have to use this initiative to run this sound system. So if I go through here, so where we're going to go through here, along here, push them down there, this is going to go on here. I'm going to try and use, what have we got, green, I'm going to run off the green section here, push that in there. Okay, so that is now in line there. I'm going to pull that, make that look nice and neat. Can always go down there. So hopefully I should have a nice sound through there. Let's have a look. That's the green, isn't it? Yeah, that's the green. See if we're actually in the right plug. We're on the right plug. Let's have a look. That's better, isn't it? See, that's clearer. And also running it through the headphone socket, it gives you a better, smoother sound. Yeah, I think that's a bit of an improvement on that. You can definitely tell the difference. Just see what it sounds like through that one. Yeah, don't sound out through that one. I would say it would be probably best to do that one. Let's have a look. Not through there. So many plugs on these things. You find. Bear with me, needs to run that one to there, one has to go to there. That sounds a bit better. More smoother sound. I can tell there's a smoother sound coming from there. It's not looping straight into the red either, which is a lot better. Not looping into the red. Little bit of difference in sound quality now. We've given 2 leads. We've got a separate lead now for this one, separate lead for this one, where we did use this one into that one and that one running off that one. But doing that, we run into the volume problems. When we turn the volume on the bottom keyboard, it also turns it on the top keyboard. If we turn the top keyboard, it turns on the bottom one. So with that in mind, I think I've sorted that out. And also with this having speakers on there, if I took the actual thing out the headphone socket, that would bring the speakers on, so that would change things around a bit, although I could monitor the sound a little bit better, but though it might be a little bit noisier, which it is, so I've got to turn that one back on again and have full control over it with the level of the mixer. But now we've got some more power on this one. And I've got a good level on 2 channels, so that's an improvement. I'm quite happy with that. So basically, if I go to a music finder on this one, and we go and try and find something, we should be able to have a better quality sound come through. Let's have a look. We'll accept that one, and we'll see what we've got. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Pianos always sound weird on these things. I must admit, I've never quite got them spot on. Yeah, interesting. Okay, move over to this one then. So we did capacity mode. Let's change that to a bit different beat. So it goes straight into the same beat, typical. That would work better. No, that's a bit more modern, isn't it? So let's just try here. Okay, we'll try something else. Let's have a look at what we've got. Yeah, you see she's a bit quick, she is, and she's a bit too modern for the next one I've got in mind. Although it is a modern one, it is a modern one that I've got in mind. But let's just... Okay, might work. We'll just sound it in the background. model, the craft work, and a few twiddly bits in there, must admit, a few twiddly bits. See, when they go on stage, they have a tape recorder, a big tape recorder that usually does all that for them. And then they can concentrate on the other bits. Whereas there's me doing, and I'm having to concentrate on the other bits. My God, that is complicated. But there again, it's a good song and it sounds really great. I was going to do The Other Side of Love, wasn't I, by Yazoo. Another 70s one, late 70s. Another tricky one, but I think we could do it on this one. We go to a little bit quicker on that one. Yazoo, The Other Side of Love. And yeah, that was an early 75, I think, 75, 76, somewhere around there. I think it was quite early, not quite the synthesizer stuff. Because he was with Depeche Mode, Vince was, when they did that one. No, actually, it was Yazoo. He was with Alison Moray, and they did the band was Yazoo. And that was The Other Side of Love. I think that was possibly the second hit they had. Yeah, that was it. And then of course he joined Depeche Mode, you fool, Depeche Mode. And then that was A New Life, where that was the first hit they had. Yeah, that's Other Side of Love, crikey. Let's go back a bit. That is. Okay, let's do a bit of this then. What are we on? Let's do some synthy stuff. We like synthy stuff. Synthy stuff's pretty cool. And everyone asks for this one, which is the synthy stuff. Okay, this is Chariots of Fire. fire. So, let's do a little bit of human then. Okay, guys. Right, let's do the Christmas one. Oh, I like that whistle. That's cool. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed my music and setting up everything. We had to redo the wire for that one because yeah, she wasn't really kicking out what she was. Every time you put a voice on one, it would sort of cancel out the other one. Now we've got them perfectly. Probably a bit too much on that one. Levels better, a lot better. So there you go. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. I'm gonna do one more. Check out BANDCAMP. That's all my stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. Looks like that plug's full out. Okay, this one is. Thank you for the music. we go, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had a fantastic time. As I say before, I don't stream my music at all. It's not on Spotify or anything like that. But you will find me on BANDCAMP. BANDCAMP is where I put my albums, and I've got 50 albums. That's 500 songs. They're about £10 a piece, the albums, and you can download them, put them on any MP3 player you like. It's made for that sort of way of doing things. Bit like the old days when you went into a shop, you bought an album for a tenner, and the artist got £8, and the shopkeeper got 2. You know, it was all fair and fair and fair before this streaming came along, and they ripped us off by giving us 0 point, nearly, bugger all, taking our albums and music by well, I call it illegal, by basically saying, oh yeah, you can put it into a distributor and they'll put your music on Spotify and that. Yeah, biggest mistake anyone did. Luckily, I never did it. I had my doubts on that one all the time. I'm an old traditional musician, and I only stream my music on SoundCloud, so I do one single that represents a whole album. So if you like the single, you go over to the album, and if you like the album, you buy the album. You download it, you put it on your MP3 player, job done. Or you can actually download the BANDCAMP MP3 player off Google, and then you can have a listen to it on there, because as soon as you buy it off BANDCAMP, it goes into the MP3 player anyway, so you've got it on your phone automatically. Or you can actually download it anyway. Once you've bought the actual song, you can actually download it and put it on an MP3 or anything like that. So that's the beauty of BANDCAMP. It is like the old days when we had a shop. We used to go to the record shops. We used to buy the album. The albums would be about £10 to £12 to £15, something like that. Artist always got about everything apart from £2.50, which basically that's what it cost really to put in the shops. And we just basically got the rest back, you know. Good old days. But nowadays, we've got this electronic Spotify crap that's come through, and he's just jumped in the middle, really. He's just conned everyone, he has, because he's conning you guys for actually having monthly payment to actually listen to the stuff. We never charged you that. We never charged that on MP3s, did we? Eh? You look at the old MP3 players where you used to download the stuff off the internet. They weren't charged. There was a fixed charge, and that was it once. Have you ever thought that if Spotify goes down and you're paying monthly, you're paying something like £100 and some odd pound a year for this damn Spotify, and if it goes down, all your storage is going to be gone, just like that. If you download it onto an MP3 player, you've got the storage. This is what I cannot understand, why people actually do these stupid things and go onto streaming sites. But never mind, a lot of artists are pulling out now, so now we're just leaving the AI crap on there, like, and it is a waste of time, really. God, I've heard some of that crap. Terrible, absolutely terrible. So yeah, what can we say? Well, it's a bit of a bugger, isn't it, eh? Anyway, check out that music, brilliant. If you want to check out all the links I've got, yeah, that is a hell of a lot. I've got links there for caps, t-shirts, sweatshirts, socks, everything with my name on it, or basically a picture of an album or something like that. It all helps me. It all helps me to keep the studio in a tip-top condition and running with new devices and things like that. I mean, this is the latest thing I've got at the moment. This is basically an MP3. No, actually, it is a download, and it is the Korg Kronos. Wow, wow, wow. And it does some real amazing things, this does. I'm playing it on here, really. It's basically, if I take this off now, you can see it. There you go. It's my MIDI one, because I basically it's in the future, the computer is going on holiday or something. It's so strange. And these are the music that I put to it, like so a bit of a soundtrack, like so. Computer weekend. I think there's a track I've done, Friday Getaway, and Saturday Fun. There's going to be the next one. Well, basically it's all like this. Control all drums and patterns and everything. So watch out for that album. That'll be the next one out. Computer weekend. It'll all be a futuristic thing, like, and that's all I'm playing. Just the Korg Kronos on my phone. Actually making an album out of 10 tracks on a phone, which has got a Korg Kronos on. Amazing technology. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, check out that. Also, check out my YouTube. I've got 510 videos on there. All of me playing these, playing the keyboard downstairs. A little bit about my swimming pool. A little bit about garden. A little bit about me. Like, if you want to find out a little bit more about me, get yourself over to the link. It's on Facebook. Down the bottom on the right hand side, you will see all the links there to all my sites. I've got 3 different websites for just shopping, so it's all built up over the time. And also, if you do like the music and you want something a little bit special, there is another little site there that is called Evo Stage. Listen, and click on that one, you'll find out my albums are on there, and they're in vinyl and also CD. You can actually have them on CD or vinyl. BANDCAMP is the one which has digital music. SOUNDCLOUD is only one single that I take from one album. So basically what I've done is I've made myself a funnel. Customer comes along, listens to SOUNDCLOUD. SOUNDCLOUD, no problem. Okay, one single from each one single from each album. Okay, so listens to that, likes that one, has a listen, goes down to the next stage, which opens up to BANDCAMP. BANDCAMP has 10 tracks on that album. If you like that album, you download that album, you buy it, obviously. It's £10 an album, so it's £1 a track. You download it and you enjoy it. Pop it on your MP3 player, no problem. Now, if you go to Evo Stage, you can go to the next stage. This is where you can buy the albums, the CDs, or the vinyl, and that's where it goes into the third category. Like, so basically, you can do that. You can buy it all online. It's done online by a company that sorts it all out. They ship it out all around the world, and they take UK payments and also world payments, and they translate it all that like. It's all done, tracked and everything. You get them within about 2 weeks, so that's good news. I can basically put an album on there and they can actually have it in their shop by about probably half a week, something like that. And once it's in there, you can order it, and it's a just-in-time system. So that's what I like about it. Before, we used to have like record companies where we couldn't do a run before we had 1,000. So we had to get 1,000 customers and 1,000 records sold, or basically people are going to say they're having it before we could actually get the actual press to go on the vinyls. But this now, they actually do a just-in-time system. And that's the way it is. And I think that's a lot easier that way than actually giving my music to a streaming site. I've done it before once. I only did one track. I had 12,500 downloads and I got £3.50. What a rip-off. 12,500. If they were sold off as downloads, wow, do the maths. Even at £1 a track, you know, it's still blooming good. So yeah, I don't have nothing to do with streaming sites, Spotify and Apple. They can stick it up their arse and all that sort of thing. Amazon can do all the same. Like, I only do something like I go into websites which basically we sell the music to you. You buy it, and we get a little bit of the profit because we've made it, we promoted it, we've put the actual thing on there, and the website has actually sold it. So we just pay the website £2. It's nothing, is it? I get £8 out of it. I pay £2. I'm happy with that. That's a fair deal. But there again, I've done all the work. I've made the music. I've licensed it. It's had to be put on there. I've had to design everything. So really, they don't do anything. They just give me a website. Basically, that's what it is. They give me a website, and then they look after it. So that's the sort of thing. But yeah, BANDCAMP is brilliant. And I've got over 500 albums on there. All different genres, whatever it was at the time. It could have been classical, it could have been country and western, whatever I thought at the time I wanted to play. I made an album out of it at the time and licensed it down at PRS. And there you go. So it's all licensed at PRS. So if you need any of this music and you'd like to put it to a film or a advert or something like that, it's not a problem. Download it. And you can have it like that. If you want that music, one track from the album on SoundCloud, let me know, because I can basically, I have opened it out for you guys, so you can have one track out of their album, and you can download that one for free. They are free. Download those free, enjoy, and put them onto your CDs, or not on CD, onto a video. If you're going to make a video or something, use that music. Not a problem. The best thing about it is basically you get 50%, I get 50%, so it's a win-win system. Put it on one of your new videos. That's not a problem. You can have my music, put it on there. So that's. I look at it that way. I think it's fair doing it that way instead of this percentage-wise. I mean, if I wanted to really be rough and that stupid, like I could actually charge a lot more basically, but there's no way I'm doing that. I think 50% is 50% and that's it. If you help me out, I help you out. Same as my streamings and all that. I always follow people that follow me back. It's not a problem because it helps each other, and in this day and age when there's these fucking streaming sites about that try and rip everyone off, I'll help any artist out. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you like the way that I put my 3 cameras up. So basically, you're looking at the screen now. The camera at the top is looking down. That's this one on the roof. Hello. The one on the right-hand side, as you're looking at the screen, is what I see, and that is basically the monitoring the sounds, and I can also change the things around, but that's how I've set it at the moment. The camera at the right is what I'm looking at across the room, and you can see me doing all my hands signals and everything. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me. I had a fantastic time. I hope you had a fantastic time. And I will be back tomorrow on the Sunday chill after I've had a swim in my pool and probably chill out in the hot tub, because it's going to be a hot one. Even in here today, we've got, what have we got? 31 in here in the studio. So it's not cold. I ain't had to put the air conditioning on, so that's not too bad. Probably be putting Dougal on tomorrow. I called it Dougal because in the actual hallway I've got an air conditioning unit in there that's on the actual wall and pulls in it from the compressor at the back on the garage. That basically is attached to like a big long sausage, and it's like if you had a load of carrier bags attached to this thing. You can direct it to wherever you want. So you pull Dougal into these holes, and I'll put little eyes on him. So I call him Dougal. He'll come jumping off there later on. Once I put the air conditioning on, it fills him up, and then he jumps off the top because I've got him rolled up and he's on the top there. There'll be videos about that, don't worry. Anyway, guys, take care. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.